Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. Today I am cleaning a small condo, and it's a sunny day. The Canadian snowbird aerobatic, what do we call those? Display team is here in Kelowna. So that's going on this weekend, and I saw them flying over a minute ago. So that'll be happening. But here I am cleaning this little, not a very big job at all actually, townhouse. And put that back. It's vacuumed up underneath there. So I've pre-vacuumed it all. This is this carpet is actually pretty old. This is original to this place, and I think it's around 15 years, maybe even older than that. Because I've seen this carpet before, and I've been in these units before. But it's not a very big job, as you can see. And it's not going to take very long. And I will be using the Oreck because, well, this is the only, other than the stairs, this is the only area I've got, so it's not very big. So in that case, I just bring in the Oreck, and there's my van parked right out there. And so it wasn't really necessary to bring in the 17-inch rotary for a job this small, and this will work perfectly for this. So I'm just gonna give it a pre-spray. I'm cleaning this with Omega Citrus. This is what I normally have in this pre-spray can. I use this on the steps, so it's pre-mixed and ready to go. So that's what I'll use for this job. I normally use Nanomax, but when I'm doing these situations, I might change things up a little bit since I've already got this in the pressure can. Pretty handy units, these battery-powered pre-spray cans. This is a Field King. Did I spray in there? I think I did. Anyway, so I'll give it a spray. Don't need to put down too much, of course. I really like the smell from the Omega Citrus. It just has just a nice citrusy smell. This carpet's actually in good shape as far as soiling goes, but in some areas there's a fair amount of wear showing. There's a stain right there that I already treated. Don't need to get too crazy with getting it too wet. Don't want to do that. Oh yeah, that's plenty wet. This is actually an Olefin carpet. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but the steps are really quite worn. So it's getting near the end of its usable life, but it's not done for yet, really. It doesn't look terrible, but it certainly does look worn. As you can see, I'm using a microfibre, and it's a 17-inch pad underneath the Oreck, which is a 10-inch driver, I think. Hang on a sec. Make sure it's in place. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, looky at that. So lots of overhang, so it gets right up along the edges nicely. And the microfiber under an OP works very well. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm seeing, but you can see a strip of clean going across the carpet. I will be post-vacuuming this, and I will be using my push tone. I picked it up earlier today. They were able to fix it. I had mentioned in the video, in the last video, I mentioned that I dropped it off of the cart, hit the ground hard, and it only operated on low power. So I broke something inside there and took it to the repair guy, and apparently he's a really technical kind of a guy, and he was able to pull it apart. And I think, I actually have to ask him this yet, but I think that the circuit board, something broke on the circuit board. I might have actually cracked it. These vacuums that have the soft start like this one does, and the automatic shutdown for the belt, they have a little circuit board in them, and I think that's what actually broke. I was going to call him and ask him what he fixed. If I remember to do that, I'll have that in the comments when I write up the video. But anyway, this is cleaning just fine. Yeah, again, it's not really very much apparent soiling on or actual soil in this carpet. That's a pretty easy clean, actually. Able to get right up into the corner, of course. Let's get this over here and move the wire. I think this is a short-term rental, this place, actually. There's a lot of that in Kelowna. You know, what do you call it, Airbnb maybe? That's what it probably is, I think. Yep, nice and straightforward and easy. Pull the wire around the corner. So for those of you who've been watching my videos regular, I had mentioned that I had ordered a roto wash, and it is on the way. Supposedly it will get here to me on the 12th, and that's a couple of days before I have a rather large commercial job, condo building scheduled, and I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to use it for that job. That will be really interesting, and I've got my friend Roger coming along to help me, so it will give me an opportunity to see how it works on a job that I have actually done repeatedly already with the Orbitech. So I'll be able to compare how well it cleans and how fast it cleans and how much solution it uses. You know, how convenient, how easy is it to operate in the real world. You know, I mean, yeah, I've watched quite a few videos, but you don't know until you put your hands on it and actually try it. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll do a video, at least I plan to. I think I see a spot. There's a spot or just a dent right there. Actually, I think it's just a dent. Just the way the light's coming from over there and shining across the floor. And I think that's actually just a shadow. And yes, I do have the lights on in the bedroom. That's as good as they get. And I don't have my light on my rotary. Of course, I have a nice light that shines straight down, but not on this. Maybe I should put a light on here. I've actually thought of it. I'm pretty sure that's just a dent with a shadow right beside it. So, because I never saw it when I was vacuuming. Okay, down over here. This is going pretty fast. Almost done the upstairs. Oreck is such a wonderful tool, so versatile. And there are guys that are using Oreck as their main cleaner all the time, and you can do that, absolutely. It's going to be a little slower than, you know, like a 17-inch rotary or whatever, or even a 13-inch rotary, I would think. But, you know, you can do it. They're not very expensive to buy, really. You know, for a lot of people, they like the fact that you can just so easily move it back and forth without, of course, there's no torque on it, and there's really not much weight to it. But the actual weight per square inch is actually very similar to a 17-inch rotary, because although it's lighter, it's got a much smaller footprint. And a rotary, you know, has what, a 15 or so inch diameter pad driver, although the pad isn't actually weighting, you know, have any weight in the center, but nevertheless, the weight is actually quite similar. Make sure I wipe up the overspray here, because, well, this is a laminate floor. One must be careful. Okay, so now we'll do the steps. Oh, by the way, whenever you stop with the Oreck, I would advise you to not leave it like that, standing somewhere, because it doesn't lock the handle in place very well. You're better off to leave it leaning up against a wall or something, just for safety's sake, you know. Anticipate what could happen, because sure enough, what'll happen at the worst possible scenario, you know, fell over and hit the top of a expensive glass coffee table or something awful like that and smash it to smithereens. Wouldn't that be awful? I remember many years ago working with a company. We had this one fellow that worked for us for steam cleaning at the time, and he was just a clumsy guy, and he was doing a job, and he had put the wand. I always told him, one of the things I actually was training people, and I always told them, make sure that when you stop using that wand, never lean it up against anything. Always lay it down on the floor. That's really important. That's one of the rules. That rule, and never put your trigger sprayer, your cleaning product on anything other than the floor. Never put it on a counter or a piece of furniture. Ever, never ever do that. So that and never lean your wand up against a wall or something like that. Well, anyway, he forgot, and I guess he was near a sliding glass door, and he leaned it up against something. I'm not sure what it was. And sure enough, it fell over. It hit that glass door and took out the sliding glass door. So yeah, I remember that. That was let's see, that was like 40 years ago. Safety first, right? All right, I need to pull my wire a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty worn on the traffic area, or on the steps here, and on the bullnose. Looking good. Now I have a doodle bug with a pad, so I can do the riser of the step with that. Not always necessary to do that, but you know, I do have it with me, and whenever I need to, I will do that for sure. Because obviously this won't get there. And for those of you that don't know what a doodle bug is, I'll show you. Okay, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, I'm done the cleaning with that. You don't really usually see too much soil on the microfiber pad because most of the soil is absorbed into the foam sponge in the middle. That's the way that works. And they seem to hide soil on the microfiber itself as well. So this is a doodle bug right here. You can buy these at any janitorial supply store. And this is a microfiber pad, and you can also get these pads for them. Look at that. That's the white fiber pad. So excellent tool to have. And so for doing the risers, you can just spray the pad down or spray the riser when you're pre-spraying the steps, and then just go over it with this when you're wanting to do the riser. And, you know, maybe corners and crampy areas you just can't reach, you can just use one of these, and it's really handy. And by the way, they really work well for if you're doing wall washing. I see so many cleaning people, you know, house cleaners or whatever, and they always, you know, they got a rag in there. I'm wiping the wall down with the rag. It's like, that would work much better. But anyway, so anyway, I'll just finish this off now. I just gotta do the post vac and any detailing I need to do. So there you go. I'll let you go. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.